also visualize in front of us because it is built to be public by design. So every single one of those transactions that occurred in the back office, we are able to have the hash number, and we are able to open the network where we can see the accuracy, the global accessibility. It's increasingly through intelligent automations today, and it's reshaping the way that value moves around the world. So whether someone personally owns digital assets, this is not a question anymore. So the infrastructure has already shifted. The change has already begun. Everything is being built around us. Whether we jump on a train and we go away with it, or we just stay watching it go away. Whether we jump on a ship and sail with it, or we stay at the port just watching it go away. So the change is already happening. Every generation that we have in front of us, it will have one redefining opportunity, right? Electricity, we know that it transformed entirely manufacturing system. We know that internet transformed entirely communication. Guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second over here. Ele vai também, pode descer, tá? Obrigada, amor, beijo. What? Okay, so we are talking about those adoption curves of every major change that we have on the planet, right? Electricity in the 1990s, look at what happened. It changed 100% the manufacturing. In the 1990s, we had the boom of the internet, right? Google stocks, Amazon stocks. How many of us were skeptical when we heard about internet? Our grandparents, they were like, this is a game. Like, you guys don't know what you're doing. And look at us today. Not one single person of the first world can live without internet today. Like 99% of the whole planet today, we are slaves of internet, right? We cannot imagine a world without internet today. In the 2010s, we had the mobile cloud, right? It changed 100% also the communication. Which one of us, we have 40 people in this room. In my point of view, I believe that all of us in this room, we have our phones, and we don't remember a time where we weren't so dependent on those devices, right? Today, they are inherently part of our beings. In the 2020s right now, we are at the convergence of the most two powerful forces on the planet, which is AI and crypto. Why is that? AI is changing everything that we know about production and reliability and accuracy and speed. And crypto is changing the way that we trust our currencies, because we don't have to rely on central banks. We don't have to rely on governments anymore. And who noticed this? Guess what? The huge giants. They were the ones who noticed this first, right? So at the beginning, Wall Street, they were fighting crypto. At the beginning, Wall Street was absolutely against crypto. Right now, they are not fighting crypto anymore. Right now, they are buying crypto. Microsoft, Xbox, they are all integrating digital assets to their portfolio. So you're able to purchase games, movies, other digital content through Xbox. You're able to purchase softwares in Microsoft using crypto. You are able to purchase a cup of coffee at Starbucks using crypto. They have integrated crypto cards into networking. You are able to purchase, when we go back here and we talk about the major financial traditional banks like Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, JP Morgan, they are all offering Bitcoin, Ethereum for their customers. So those big players, they changed their infrastructure. And when we know that these guys over here, the giants of the market, they changed their ecosystem to accommodate a new currency, we know that we are no longer in a test run over here, right? So we need to understand how those guys, they make money. You're able to purchase a car today using crypto, right? So how these guys, they make a lot of money. I'm talking about those exchanges, because remember, when we think about crypto and when we think about everything that happens in the crypto industry, whether it's being swapped, it's being purchased, it's being sold, everything related to crypto, it needs a powerhouse to be able to manage that transactions, right? So we have the exchanges where those digital assets are traded. So how these guys, they make money. So there are every single world, millions of people and millions of transactions occurring. People were buying, people were swapping, people were trading, people were selling every second. Right now, as we speak, from the past 24 hours until now, this exchange over here, Bitradex, has transacted over $2 billion in the past 24 hours. That is the average, $2 billion that these guys over here transact every single day. Understand that every time that a transaction occurs, they collect tiny fees. And this is one source of revenue. They have very other sources of revenue, so they can ensure the longevity. Look at Binance alone, right? Let's use the Binance example. In 2025, they were able to acquire and trade in volume a total $65 trillion. $65 trillion. If you look at the world, in the total world, we had a staggering $85.7 trillion in volumes, and we are talking only in derivatives, right? That is an average of $264 billion every single day, changing hands. So Binance, it built its empire by sitting in the middle of the traffic, because every time that those $65 trillion were traded, Binance collected tiny fees, Binance collected spreads, Binance collected custody rewards. So they have proved that the model, it works, right? So we have their token. When they launched their token, it was worth 10 cents of a dollar. This was in 2017. At its peak in 2025, it was worth it $1,370. It rose up 6,000 times its value. That's a huge 6,000 times. So they had $1.2 billion in rewards at a certain time. They have over 300 million users in 180 countries. So obviously, the model, it works. So what Bitradex did, it's that they take the exact same infrastructure and they also apply their own proprietary AI on top of that. So they are scaling to the next level, right? Everything that Binance does, you're able to do in the exchange that we are mentioning today, Bitradex. But they also have their own AI. Look at Wall Street. If you are only manually trading, you can be 100% sure that you are leaving a huge portion of your capital on the table. This is the part where I always mention that I am a trader and I love what I do. Yesterday, I made $180. It was very easy, very smooth. It was plain. The last day before that, I made 400 and something. And the previous day, I lost a little bit. I took a loss of 400 and something. This week, I'm up like around $270, but I love it. I love trading. I feel my frequency being elevated. I feel my energy at my highest peak whenever I'm trading, but this is not for everyone. Trading is one of the most difficult jobs on the planet. And you can say this with 100% accuracy. Everyone that trades will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard as because you have to manage your emotions, and humans being, we are emotion beings by nature. So every time that you are trading, you need to manage your fears, you need to manage your greeds, you need to manage the desire to overtrade or the desire to revenge trade when you took a loss and you know that the market is not behaving the way that it should. You go there and you enter just one more. Oh, let me try just one more. You know that you shouldn't be there. When you're about to touch your stop loss, is about to take you with $300, you go there and you move your stop loss. So now you take a loss of $450 instead of $300. And now you move your stop loss a little bit more. This is how you blow accounts. So the difference between humans and machines trading is that machines will never play this emotion game. Machines, they are built to follow simple rules. And this is what they do. So they are not going to panic when they hear some bad headlines. They're not going to feel the urge to sell their assets if they hear Trump talking about something about the war. They are not going to start buying everything when the market dips. They are waiting for the higher probability setups. And this is what they do. They're going to evaluate different parameters before they place a trade. They are going to look at decades of data. They're going to calculate the accuracy of the direction, and they're going to execute the trades on our behalf. So Bitradex will put this AI Wall Street technology directly into our hands because we are able to activate our bots in Bitradex platform. So when we talk about Bitradex, we have to understand that we have two main sources of revenue. One is the passive income. When we open our accounts and we add money into our portfolio and we hire some sort of custodial service, when we are able to use this level of AI to execute the trades for us. So we don't have to do that. We don't have to understand anything about the markets. We don't have to understand about volatility, about liquidity, about sentiment, about charts and graphics, none of that. Machines will do that 100% for us. So they are going to look at decades of data and they are going to execute in our behalf. So what we have today, for example, when you look at the Wall Street, we know that that is for a fact from 60 to 75% of all operations that happen in one of the biggest stock markets in the whole planet today, they happen through automated algorithms, through automated systems. Remember that back in the days, we had the Wall Street guys. They used to gather in this big saloon and they used to wave papers and they used to scream at each other, picking up the phone and negotiating over there at the top of their lungs. Today, this doesn't happen anymore. Today, from 60 to 75% of all this process occurs through automated machines. Right. So the world is changing in front of us. $4.6 trillion is how much Morgan Stanley's managed today through 15,000 financial advisors. Guess who's doing this? Automated systems. Right. So we have understood a little bit about the markets, about the changes of our generations, and about what happened when we talk about the monetary revolution. Now let's understand Bitradex. Who is Bitradex? Who are they operating under? What are the compliances? What are the other websites that we have talking about Bitradex, right? I gave an announcement at the beginning of this presentation. I saw that a lot of people joined in later on. So the same announcement that I spoke a little bit at the beginning of the presentation, I'm also going to talk about towards the end so everyone can be fully aware. So what is Bitradex? So we are part of their affiliate program. So I'm a partner just like you guys are. So I am VIP 6 right now. Me and my teams, we are VIP 6. We started back in May 2025, May and June. I have been presenting Bitradex for over a year now. And I am proud of these guys because we have witnessed a lot of different challenges and we have witnessed a lot of accomplishments that were delivered in their from their roadmap. So let's talk about compliances before we talk about how you can make money using them as your partners. So the first thing is you activating your bot where you trade for you. And secondly, you have the option to start building your network. When you build your network and you invite someone in to activate their bots as well, this person is going to receive profits because the bot is going to trade for them. You are going to receive a percentage of their profits because you invited them on. That's the second avenue that you can pursue. This is called the active income because you need to invite them on so they can also take this opportunity. So the passive income, it's an easier path for you to profit because the bots are doing all the work for you. The active income, you are going to invite your team members on. So Bitradex operates by Bitradex FinTech Limited. It is changing its headquarters that it has always been in Singapore, Bitradex headquarters, and it's changing now to Malta. Malta, it's known to be the Silicon Valley of digital currencies. Registration, it's something that it's easy. We want to look at certic.com and we want to look into one of their compliances. So we have the one of the largest blockchain security auditors that we have in the market today available for us. Keep in mind that none of the exchanges that these guys have audited, they don't have direct links or direct connections with them. We're talking about Ehera, Paxos, Struts, Aether, Frex.com. They have audited Binance, they have audited OKX, Kraken, and also Bitradex. They have audited over $473 billion. We click in Skynet rating over here, and we click in leaderboard and show all. When we look at the exchanges that we want to address our attention to today, it opens for us this leaderboard that was going to come from the number 1 up until the 155. This page has 50 exchanges. So when I first started to look at Bitradex 1 year ago, they were at the 80th position. Right now, they are at the 31st position. Before we look into Bitradex, let's look at Binance numbers. So we have it over here, some sort of Skynet score that is divided by pillars, and how they evaluate those pillars through fundamental listing security, community, cybersecurity, market, and operational. They are classified at the first one as an exchange, obviously, and they have their listing security at 85, their community at 89, cybersecurity 95, market 97, operational 96, fundamental 90. They have 4 points of attention that they need to pay close attention to in their app security, and their app security stands at medium plus. Let's look at Bitradex right now so we can compare to the number 1 what we are missing, what we still have room for improvement, and what we are aligned with. So when we look at these column over here, we see the age of each one of those exchanges. Binance has been active for 9 years, Coinbase for 14 years, OKX 9 years, BitGet 8 years, Get 13. Kraken is a dinosaur. It has been on for 15 years. Crypto.com, which is the one that sponsors Formula One, has been on for 10 years. So we look at Bitradex. These guys have been on for 4 years. Looking around, they are a child compared to the other ones. The majority of those exchanges that are surrounding Bitradex, above and below, they have been on for at least 2 times, sometimes 3 times longer, maybe 4 times longer. No, the 15, 3 times longer than the other ones. And in 4 years, they were able to position themselves at the 31st placement. So this is something that we are proud to say. When we look into other pieces of information here, they have 3 points that they need to pay attention, while Binance has 4. They have in their app security, they are classified at high when the Binance is at medium plus. We look at the Skynet score, and let me paste this over here in the chat so you also can open this in your own computer. You have this in your computer. The different pillars of evaluation. So we have operational and fundamental. Here we still can grow. We have market at 91. This is great. Cybersecurity is something that we really take into consideration when we're talking about one of those exchanges. They are at 90. Community, they are at 71. Listing security, they are at 88. Binance at their listing security, they are at 85. And we are 3 points above Binance over here. So we are in a position where we can say that in a certain pillar, we are able to compare ourselves with this number 1 in the world, this huge giant. Community, we are at 71. We drop a little bit. It was at 72 yesterday. And again, guys, this ranking that you see over here, it's dynamic. It will fluctuate because market is happening. The transactions are occurring. People are joining in every single day. So you're going to see that these numbers over here, they're constantly fluctuating because we are inside a market that is happening as we speak. The community is a 71. So one of the main reasons why Bitradex has opened to us the possibility to work as their affiliate partners so we can grow together is that they want to expand their global reach. They want to grow organically. So back in the days, we had all these huge companies, not just the financial institutions, but in every industry, companies, they used to pay a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars for marketing agencies. And they used to build plans to make the company expand. Today, they also do this. They also have marketing strategies, but today, allow their own users to help them grow. So how does it call? Affiliate partnership. One example that I constantly give, it's when we have, for example, our influencers, our favorite influencers, and they are promoting or a service or a product or a digital portfolio, anything that they are promoting. They're going to tell you when you're scrolling down and you go through their page, oh, do you like this product? The link is in the bio. And by going to their link, their referral link, whenever you purchase using their link, part of your money goes into this influencer's pocket instead of the company that is selling the product. This is called the affiliate market, right? And this is all over the world. It's not something that it's only in the crypto landscape or even only in finances. We are talking about major gaming platforms. We're talking about banking institutions, food and beverages industry. We're talking about hospitality. We're talking about real estate, you name it. Today, a lot of those companies, they are going to allow their own users to promote them, and we can secure commissions out of this. Let's look into this over here. We have exchange regulation. When we click over here, we can see that this is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, MSB, register and search. This is the FinCEN and the money service business. If we place over here the Bitradex registration number, we see that it's having its complete registration in the United States as a money service business that is operating under Anti-Money Laundering and Bank Secrecy Act guidelines. So you see that these guys, they are prepared. And also I've heard that they have different licenses coming on, that they're applying for different licenses. So you have it over here, Bain Capital Ventures. This is where they have their liquidity funds. This is where it has Bitradex has linked their liquidity funds to Bain Capital Ventures. Why is that? Think about this. You're going to activate your bot. Yeah, your bot, if you activate the highest tier, which will give you 12% per month, you are going to have your bot delivering into your account 0.4% every single day. But how come we can have a fixed rate if there is no strategy in the planet? There is no human, there is no bot that delivers 100% of win rate. How come these guys, they promote 100%, not 100% of win rate? How come they promote a fixed rate? A 0.4 every single day? Because of the liquidity fund. So regardless if the markets are favorable or if the bots are delivering a positive outcome, we are going to ensure our same fixed rate. Why is that? Because one day that the market is outstanding, that the bots, they're able to deliver a perfect outcome, like even higher than the 0.4. For example, they're able to deliver in one day 0.51, 0.57%. They're not going to pay us this. They're going to pay us 0.4. And what surplus, what goes over that, they are going to add into the liquidity fund. So whenever we have a bad day and the markets are not favorable, they're going to withdraw the difference from the liquidity fund. For example, the bot, the agents, they were able to deliver 0.37, 0.31. So the 0.9%, the 0.7%, they're going to withdraw from the liquidity fund because in the previous day they had extra. So this is how we can ensure a fixed rate. That is another piece of information that we have over here. You can look at the funded date in Certic.com, the 1st of January of 2022. So these are small pieces of information of one of the websites that we use to analyze those exchanges. Another one of those websites is called CoinMarketCap. So what we have it in here, it's one of the most trusted, verifiable websites that are in this industry. Why is that? Because it will gather all the information from the blockchain and it will present to us in this very easy, clear overview. So over here in the left, we have all the digital currencies. We have the Bitcoin, not the digital assets. We have Bitcoin, we have Solana, Tron, Cardano, DAI, we have Sui, PayPal, we have all the digital assets. And here you have some extra pieces of information. Their prices, the market cap, the volume, their circulating supply, their sentiment. So these are digital assets. Today, the market stands at $2.18 trillion. $2.18 trillion. This is how much the crypto landscape is worth it today. What we want to turn our attention to, it's the exchanges where those digital assets are traded. So if you click on spot over here, familiar names at the top once more: Binance, Coinbase, Upbit, OKX, BitGet, Gattip, so Bitfinex, BingX, Kraken over here. So each one of them will have a different amount transacted, right? You have it over here, Binance US, you have Toe Crypto. So we are looking into Bitradex today. So when we first started to look at Bitradex, this was May and June of last year. These guys, they were classified at the 193rd position, and today they are at the 61st position. They have transacted in the past 24 hours $385 million, and this is in spot trading. This is not derivatives. In spot trading, they have transacted $385 million. If you click it over here, you know that they have over 6,000 Bitcoins that were also transacted in the past 24 hours. This is only in spot. We want to look into derivatives. So this is a staggering 45th position, and they have transacted in the past 24 hours. They have transacted. This is in spot. Let's go into derivatives. Into derivatives, they have transacted $1,800,000,000. $1,785,000,000 that was transacted in the past 24 hours. So if you sum them both up, we're talking about $2 billion that this exchange over here transacted in the past 24 hours. Imagine the tiny fees that they were able to collect in every single one of those transactions. We click it over here. We know that they have transacted in the same time window 28,000 Bitcoins in 24 hours. $1,807,000,000. Yeah, so this is something that is huge, guys. It's huge. What we have, it's their numbers, right? So today it serves over 2,000 million people that are registered worldwide. We have it over here, these numbers, but they are outdated because this presentation was for 2 months ago. Right now, there is over 457 people using their bots actively, and there is over $1 billion in asset management under the AI. The Treasury Fund, we have over 233 million dollars. So the corporate, right? We just had an announcement today that Nelson, it's no longer part of the corporate. We had this announcement today. One of my leaders, remember, we are at VIP 6. We have millions and millions of dollars with them, right? Millions. We are at VIP 6, guys. VIP 6 is not playing. After VIP 6, the next one is SVIP 1. So my top leader, the one that is like the first one in my chain, the one who invited me on, he had a 40-minute call with Nelson today. And Nelson ensured that although he's no longer part of the director, he's also part of the exchange. He also continues to be part of the team, just not longer as a director. So I know that this puts us in a very awkward positioning, right? I'm promoting this. I want to have security. I want to have certainty of what I'm doing here, promoting this to you guys. So what I've received is good news. Even though we have this change on, we are strong. We are moving forward. So he was with 40 minutes with my top leader today, and he said that we are strong. We are keeping moving forward, right? So even though we have some bumps on the road, the focus is sustainability, is longevity, right? So there are a few changes that came for the Asia market. So I was never part of the Asia market. My mainly presentations, they are for North America, they are for South America, they are for Canada, they are for places on the left side. We have right now a few people from Asia joining these meetings after this change, but I'm pretty sure that you guys have your own leaders, and I'm pretty sure that you have your own presentations, right? So the difference is that for Asia, some things in numbers have changed, but this doesn't affect this side whatsoever. So withdrawals are available. All the same informations are available. All the same features are available. All the same custodial services, and everything has not changed on our side. So those who are from Asia and are looking to know more about it, I'm not the person to give you this information because I haven't received an official communication coming from the corporate. I'm only going to be able to say something with 100% certainty when the corporate let me know what's going on. But on my side, my top leader had a meeting with him and he ensured that we are moving forward, guys. Let's continue moving forward. Let's continue grow. They just had the Asia event. It was like the past week. We had the brand ambassador over there. The David Villa was over there talking about brand ambassador. Beside this team that we have two major global ambassadors. We have Olivier Giroud with 2.5 million followers in Twitter. He has a verified account. He's also a soccer player and he has been the official Bitradex ambassador since the entire past year, since June of 2025, and he remains as one of the global ambassadors. We also have David Villa as another global ambassador. So David is also a soccer player. He is a Spanish soccer player. I spoke a little bit about him at the beginning of the presentation. 6.6 million followers, verified profile, and he's also Bitradex official ambassador. So follow those two guys as well and the socials so you can also stay updated and you can understand from your own point of view. Hold on. Olivia Giroud. I just copied this, and also I'm gonna copy CoinMarketCap and their derivatives. So you have all the informations that I have in the chat, guys, so you can open that anytime that you wish. Moving forward, the roadmap and the plan, the vision is crystal clear. 31050 within the next 3 years, they're going to achieve top 10 in coin market cap with $50 billion under asset. We have $1 billion today. So it's growing. When we first started to introduce this presentation over here 2-3 months ago, they were at the 50th position. Right now, they are at the 45th. They were at the 68th position. Right now, they are at the 61st. Right? So we are continuously moving forward. What backs up the sustainability? What ensures that we have a system that is solid on the long term, on the long run? In my point of view, and in every expert's point of view, it's diversification. So we are never going to only rely on one single source of revenue. When we talk about the Bitradex ecosystem, there are multiple sources of revenue. Obviously, there are the transaction fees. For example, it just had been $2 billion transacted in their portfolio within the past 24 hours. Imagine the tiny fees that they're collected in spot and derivatives. They also have their AI, the ones that we activate, and we are able to secure passive income out of this. The profits from the proprietary trading system. They also have the BXC token, which is the main token of the exchange. It didn't replace the utility token, which is the BTX, but the BXC came to allow us to enter in the RWAs, which is real world assets. So moving forward, this is a projected market for over $16 trillion because we're going to be able to invest in other commodities. We're going to be able to invest in anything, actually, from art to restaurants. We're going to be able to invest in minerals. We're going to be able to invest in any other currency that is not digital per se, because today when we think about Bitradex, it's only the crypto, it's only the digital assets. Right, moving forward with RWA and the BXC token, we're going to be able to invest in real estate. Right. And also the payment platform, which is the whole infrastructure. So they have different sources of revenue backing up the sustainability. So the machine, it has been built to last for decades. And this is where we believe that they are going. Right. So the estimated return. Now we spoke for at least 50 minutes about the market, about the news, about overall understanding. So now how can we make money with these guys? Right. This is one of the main reasons that we are here. At the end of the day, we're all want to make money. We all want to have stability, security, and money in our pockets. So how can we make money with Bitradex? First of all, you are going to join in and open your account using the link of who invited you on. Who invited you on? I don't know, maybe a business partner, maybe a family member, maybe a neighbor, maybe whatever, but they invited you to this opportunity. So you take full advantage of it. Now you open your account, use your link, your email, and your phone number. You open your account. Now you're gonna deposit money into your Bitradex portfolio. By doing so, you're able to activate your bot. So you're gonna open Bitradex. There's a place that says deposit. You're gonna gather the network and the coin. Now you open your external wallet, the same network and the same coin, and you place Bitradex wallet address over there in your external wallet. As soon as you complete this transaction, now you have topped up your Bitradex portfolio. Now you're able to choose one of those possibilities over here or them all. You don't have to choose one or the other. The Bitradex ecosystem is offering customizable strategies depending on your liquidity needs, depending on your flexibility. So you have the daily plan where you're able to withdraw your profits, but also your investments in every single day if you wish to do so. As a matter of fact, at the moment that you wish to do so, the daily flexible plan is the one that will give you the lowest return, the lowest profit, but is the one that gives you the higher flexibility because you have now your capital deployed in a system, an automated system that is generating 6% on a monthly basis, but you're able to withdraw every single day. Or you can choose the 30-day plan where you're able to withdraw towards the end of the month, but you can secure 7.550 every month. Or you can choose the 9 days. Every 3 days, you can withdraw your main money that you added to your portfolio, and you have 9% per month. The 180 days, you're able to withdraw every 6 months, and it will give you 10.5% on a monthly basis. And the highest tier, you're able to withdraw your initial deposit every year towards the end of the year, and it will give you 12% every single month. If you multiply this by 12, you're talking about in over 140% in a yearly basis. So the majority of the investments that we know out there, when we talk about financial institutions, they're going to give us 1.8, 1.6. Sometimes they can reach out to 2.1, which is rare. And they're going to have our capital locked in stack as well. Here we're talking about an automated system that will give us 0.4% every single day. Picture this, you have $10,000. You place $10,000 in your 360 days AI. So now you secure $40 every single day without doing anything, without relying on how intelligent you are, on how motivated you are, and how energetic. This bot will trade every single day for us. This is a huge opportunity in this market. So you multiply this by 30. So we are talking now about $1,200 every single month in our accounts. I have my money in every single one of those custodial services and also in the flexible daily AI. But on that note, guys, I have the money that I know I can add. We are in an industry that is inherently volatile. Know your risk management, know your liquidity needs, and do never, ever place in any one of those automated systems, nor Bitradex, nor anyone else that offers automated systems, your money that it's supposed to go for your rent or for your groceries or for your bills. Understand your finances before you move forward with any automated system or any investment per se. Understand how much you profit out of your income, how much you have for your bills. Understand how much leaks on a monthly basis, and then understand how much you have available for you to add into those opportunities over here. Understand every single month of your finances before you do anything. And I have my capital today in 7 different automated systems. I'm going into the 8th. I'm looking for another one that I'm kind of dating right now. I'm doing my researches and diligences because I always do this. I spend at least 1 month doing my diligences before I place my capital in one of those automated systems. But I have 7 baskets right now. Do the same, guys. Spread around. So you're never really, the same way that Bitradex has 5 different distinct sources of revenue. You should have all different sources of investments. And when we talk about labor and work, I have today 5 different jobs. I'm working today 16. Yesterday I worked 17 hours. But this is my choice. I'm not saying that you should do the same, but what I'm saying is that spread around, right? Spread around so you're never dependent on one source of revenue or stream. So when we talk about Bitradex, spread around as well. Have a little portion in the 30 days, have another portion in the 90, have another portion in the 180, have another in the 360, and have something in your flexible plan where you're able to withdraw every single day, understand your finances, and then distribute. Okay, this is the first source of revenue that you can generate out of Bitradex partnership. Moving forward, build for those who want to build leverage. There is the affiliate partnership. This is where we see the real magic happening, guys. Obviously, I'm not saying that is a bad thing for you to have your money on those automated systems. Not at all. We're talking about 12% on a monthly basis. This is outstanding. But if you want to see real change in your life, and I'm talking the ones that will break your generational curse, you have the opportunity to start building your team. Because when you build your team, you can go from VIP1 up until SVIP4, and this will give you up to 84% of extra incentives out of what you're making out of your bot. So let's understand how this works. A lucrative commission starts with the direct and indirect referrals. So for the first level, you secure 10% of referrals earning. And for the second level, you secure 5% of referrals earning. That means that I invite in Len, it's my direct invitation. So Len is going to add money into his Bitradex account. Len is going to activate his bot, and his bot is going to start trading for him. His bot is going to deliver profit into his account every single day. A percentage of that profit, 10%, it goes into my pocket because I invited Len. So two things for us to understand. The first level is 10%, and the second information is that we receive profits out of their profits, not out of their deposits. And this changes the game when we think about longevity, right? Because we are not relying on more people joining in for us to secure payment. So we are relying on people profiting, and if they profit, we profit. This is how it goes. This is something that it gives us one of a thumbs up for us to understand that we have a system that is supporting longevity. So let's have an example. You have a quick math. You invited Candy. Candy is my direct invitation. So Candy adds $3,000 into a 360 daily plan, right? 360 yearly plan. So Candy puts $3,000. So Candy, because it has a 12% on a monthly basis, Candy earns $360 every month. 10% of that goes directly into my pocket because Candy is my direct commission, 10%. If Candy invites in Paul, whatever Paul makes, I have 5% of that. But it doesn't stop at casual referrals. Moving forward, there's something built for leaders. So the career path will go from VIP1 up into SVIP4. So as your team scales, your total team volume scales, your incentives also scale up. So you have three different requirements to achieve each one of those VIP levels. You have the first one is self-custody, $100, 5 people that register through your link, and total team volume of $50,000. As soon as you achieve those, you unlock your status at VIP1, 10% of incentives. Guys, every day, every single day in the groups, we see people achieving ranking 1 to VIP3, VIP4, VIP5, right? To achieve VIP6, it will take a little bit longer. Me and my team were doing this for 1 year, and right now we are at VIP6, right? We will turn into SVIP1 probably in the next 3 months or so. So right now, you have the entry model where you are going to achieve those requirements and unlock your VIP status. So we need to understand the dynamic compression over here. So if you are VIP 6, for example, and in your network, you have those who are VIP 3, from those who are VIP 3, you receive 30% because they already received 30%. So it's your 60% minus their 30. In your network, those that are VIP 2, you have your 60% minus their 20. So you receive 40% from them. 60% you receive in totality out of those who are part of your network, but they are not yet VIPs. This is called the dynamic compression, and the lower over here compensates the higher volume over here. So towards the end of the day, if you're receiving 10% from your 6 level to those who are your level 5, we're talking about something that is above $6 million. Over here, you're receiving 60% out of something that is below $50,000. Look at the difference. This is how we compensate for the highest tiers, right? Look at the simulation based on historical network averages. A VIP 4 leader, it's making today $67,000 average, guys. Some of them are making more, some of them are making less. VIP 6 is making $235,000. This is on a monthly basis, guys. We ask over here $67,000. We divided by 30. We are talking about 2K on a monthly basis. Over here, we're talking about 6, 7, 8,000, $9,000 every day. People in this network are making this money every single day. So we ask ourselves, do they have the capacity to pay this level of payout to their affiliates? So when we go back over here, in the same time window of 24 hours, they are paying like $8,000, $7,000 to their affiliate, but they have transacted $1,807,000,000. Imagine the fees that wasn't collected on these transactions, right? So obviously, because they are paying out this level of payout, it means that, for example, VIP 5, it means that they brought in at least at VIP 5 $6 million. So yeah, there is a compensation structure, but we understand that the system is sustainable when we look into all these different moving pieces of the puzzle coming in together. So we have seen today all the ways where you can profit and you can join in, right? So we have a few changes coming along. Guys, I don't like to create panic, and I work with facts. I remove emotional friction, and I learned this through my trading activities. I'm a very emotionless person today. Like I go with it. As a matter of fact, I'm a problem solver. This is one of the jobs that I have as a director of operations of this agencies, that we bring speakers to perform on elite stages across the US. I'm leaving to New York in a week time. I'm a problem solver over there. I'm a problem solver over here. I'm a problem solver in life, right? I don't panic. I look at different opportunities that I have. I focus on them. If they, for some reason, they present challenges to me, I look at solutions. I'm never stuck. I'm never overthinking. What are the solutions for these problems, and which one of the path will give me a better outcome? And then I focus on that. That's what I do, guys, and that's what I expect you guys to do as well. So let's keep working, let's keep moving forward. Let's wait for official announcements so we can have more clarity on those changes. But until then, we are Bitradex all the way. We are Bitradex all the way, guys. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and let's meet again tomorrow, and then we can meet again Sunday, right? We still have 2 days to go this week. So tomorrow it's the same time and the same link. Check out the presentation tomorrow as well. Invite your team members, and let's keep pushing forward, guys. Have a lovely Thursday, and I'll see you again tomorrow.